Hello everyone. We are here in Boston and it's a beautiful summer day as you can see. I am Surbhi Guha and a little bit about my introduction. I came to the United States 2 years ago to do my MBA from University of Virginia and I graduated recently. And before that, I was born and brought up in Nagpur, a small beautiful city in Maharashtra at the center of India. And then I spent some years working in Hyderabad.
And also Mumbai you worked, Surbhi. You were saying that you worked in Mumbai also.
Yes,
no?
so I have traveled to almost 25 states across the country.
Amazing.
And I got the opportunity to work in Mumbai, in Bangalore, even in New Delhi. So now, today, I am really excited and it's my privilege to have this conversation with Veena Sarwar.
Thank you.
So thank you, Veena.
Thank you, Surbhi.
And introducing Veena. Veena is an award-winning journalist, editor, filmmaker, and peace advocate with more than 30 years of experience covering human rights, democracy, and peace across South Asia. Over the course of her career, she has led many initiatives, and just to name a few, I would like to highlight that she is the founder and editor of Sapan News, the co-founder and curator of Sapan, which is the South Asian Peace Action Network. Apart from that, she's the editor of Aman Ki Asha, which many people in India and Pakistan can recall. They really understand this name. I grew up listening a lot about Aman Ki Asha. And she's also a founding member of the Pakistan-India People's Forum for Peace and Democracy. So, Veena, it's a privilege to have you here.
Likewise, Surbhi, I'm so delighted that you've chosen to do this. Thank you.
And to give more introduction, talking about the doyens of peace, we are here to have the conversation. So I would love to acknowledge the three legendary leaders who have spent their lives to promote peace between India and Pakistan and across South Asia. So they are Admiral Ramu Ramdas, Karamat Ali, and Tapan Bose. So with that spirit, let's continue the conversation. And Veena, I would love to hear that throughout your work, there is one theme that came across repeatedly, that the idea of South Asia as a shared region. And even on the Sapan News website, I've noticed that you call South Asia as a single word. So I would love to understand personally what does it mean to you and how does this understanding has shaped your work over the last 3 decades in your career?
It's a really good question. Thank you, Surbhi. So, South Asia is one word we got from Himal South Asian. The founder and editor Kanak Dixit, he formulated that as a South Asia as, because to acknowledge the unity of the region without, quote, wishing violence on any nation state, unquote. So, we have that, and then we also have, we say it because is one word to reflect our shared geography, history and cultures. And also because South Asia, alag say, is a very dry academic term.
Right.
And South Asia as one word is like more fluid and all that.
It reflects unity.
It reflects unity. And the thing is that, when you're in the region, maybe you don't really need it because you're already there. But when you come out of the region, and that's where the idea of South Asianness and Desipana comes in more, because when you go outside and you're like, you're homesick, you're, in a college, or you're working, or you got married or something, you moved, whatever. And so suddenly you are not part of the community that you were, where everybody was similar looking. So, बाहर जाके लोग जो हैं, they get more, I think, conscious of their South Asian identity. And that is actually what we need right now, because in the region there is so much division and hard lines, and jitna zyada social media ne hame like opportunities diye to connect,
Right.
utna zyada visas jo hain, they have become more difficult, and especially between India and Pakistan. So, but it was the idea of South Asia, like one of my mentors, and it's quoted on the Sapan homepage about Sapan, SouthAsiaPeace.com, Dr. Mubashir Hassan. He said that if France and Germany can be part of the EU, then why can't we have a South Asia Union?
Right.
And of course, that right now it just seems impossible. And उस वक्त भी जब उन्होंने मुझे ये बोला था, मैंने कहा डॉक्टर साहब ये आप क्या बात कर रहे हैं? It's like, and so he says, you know, in a very gentle way, in his very gentle way, he said, he's a very beautiful old man, old when I knew him, white-haired, very tall, and distinguished looking. He had been a former finance minister of Pakistan, and he came from Panipat. India. So he said, लेकिन हम बात तो कर सकते हैं ना,
Right.
we can talk about it at least. I
Right.
mean, just because. So what we are trying to do is to build that consciousness and to uphold that narrative of South Asia as a region through multiple means. So
Right. So I would like to point out on the beautiful point that you have mentioned, that when we live together at a place, for example, I grew up in a very similar thought process and everyone is similar around me. But when I went to the National Institute of Technology in undergrad, people came from all over the world. There, and as well as when I moved outside of the country, when I came to the US, I made friends from Sri Lanka, Nepal, Pakistan, very, very good friends. And one thing that I noticed was so common was we were able to relate to each other's aspirations, culture, food, even the sense of humor. And it felt as if we had that very shared heritage. So there's a beautiful quote on the same point that I was reading about from Tapan Bose. He said that we must see beyond borders to recognize our shared heritage and common humanity. So I really felt it, I lived it, and I can totally relate to what you're talking about. So it is indeed a very shared identity that we
it's
carry.
a shared identity, because when you see us anywhere, you can't, I can't, you know, nobody looking at you can say that you are an Indian and I'm a Pakistani.
Right.
I mean, just when if we walk out of the street together, they'll just see two brown people with, you know, dark hair, mine's white. But I mean, and even, you know, in our, you know, we'll look at somebody and say, oh, he looks like a Sri Lankan, or he looks like a Bengali or Nepali, and might not be, will be totally wrong,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So, but you can tell, because we are part of that same gene pool. We are part of that same. It's called the subcontinent for a reason. It's a shared geographical region with a shared history, shared culture, shared, you know. And people, you know, are always saying, oh, we have the same food and the same language and all. Now that's not strictly true. That is true for North India, that you have the same language, the same, you know, food, similar, you know, Urdu, Hindi, Punjabi.
Right.
But you know, on the east there's Bengali, in the south there's, you know, all so many South Indian languages, and there's Tamil and Sinhala down, and there's Nepali. So it's not that we have a common language. Magar I have noticed, Surbi, that in the last few years, लोग ज़्यादा हिंदुस्तानी बोलने लगे, समझने लगे. Even in Sri Lanka, even in Nepal, even in Bangladesh, I've come across people who, because of Bollywood, who because of their love for ghazals and music and song, have learned what I would call it Urdu, they might call it Hindi, but it's Hindustani, right? And that's a common language. And even in the south, where it's very political, where they don't want to be speaking Hindi, they'd rather speak English. But even there, a lot of people now understand. You know, it's that hard political thing, I think, thora sa kam ho gaya. It's like more become a lingua franca now, and that, and plus English, of course, because like, yeah.
And on top of that, while growing up, and even in my discussion with my friends group, all of us, we exchange ideas at how I grew up listening to Atif Aslam, Rahat Fateh Ali Khan, and we keep listening to Coke Studio Pakistan. So I think we also have that understanding of appreciating each other's art, music, artists. So I think that's another beautiful idea that should be there. We should promote it, carry it.
Yes. I actually was going to write an article. Uski headline kar honi thi. If I ever write it, I will. Or somebody might steal it because I'm saying it now. Called The South Asianness of Ali Sethi.
Right.
So I saw him. I went with our neighbor downstairs.
Right.
Shruti, she's gone to move to San Francisco now, but she was a scientist and she was doing her PhD here. And so we went to see Ali Sethi together at Harvard. and you know, he was talking about, you know, all these things. I just felt it just was felt that, you know, he had the South Asian ethos.
Right.
I felt. And so I think for singers, musicians, the culture, there is already that. But then there's so much politics, like there's all these so-called bands कि, you know, आप हमारे यहाँ आके perform नहीं कर सकते, आप हमारे यहाँ आके गाने, भाई क्या है, बचपन है, you know, it's childish.
That's a very unfortunate fold of events. मतलब, I think a decade ago there were so many artists who were like coming and performing in Bollywood and even playing cricket matches, going to each other's country, and there was this shared camaraderie. But I think that's like being politicized.
It's been politicized. That is very true. But the thing is, I feel like that's not something that can last. You know, they can try, but, and like I said at the beginning, that, you know, the more that social media and all these things have, you know, have broken barriers, people have come together. Like recently that a video from Pakistan that went viral, you know, in which this Hassan, this young man Hassan,
Right,
he
I saw that
recognized,
video. Right,
you know, he
right.
said, you know, we feel you, and he was very emotional when he was saying, because we understand, you know, we know each other. And Mani Shankar Iyer has also said this as a diplomat, and it's there on the South Asia Peace YouTube channel. Mani Shankar Iyer, he's saying, as a diplomat, as an ambassador, he found it was the easiest thing in the world to get the diplomats of India and Pakistan to understand each other, because there's already shared cultural references. They don't need to explain so much.
Right. But I think I hope for a more brighter future, that things change for the good, and we eventually realize that it is not only the time to acknowledge it, but it's essential
Yes.
to carry this shared identity, so that we as a region not only honor our culture, shared history and heritage, but also build a more stronger future for the next generation.
I think that's so well said, because you see, look at it this way. What you said is absolutely spot on, Surbhi. That the relations between India and Pakistan are bringing the whole region down,
Right.
economically, and, you know, like, it's just, imagine if we work together, what we could achieve,
Right.
and the whole region would benefit from that.
Right.
And what really gives me hope is young people like yourself. Like, you know, you are not in any, you're not part of the Jhola Brigade. You have an IT background, you have a, you know, science IT background. And that is what I'm seeing, is that the young people, they're growing up, and of course, not to generalize, because even the people who are attacking our kind of ideas, many of them are also young people.
Right.
They also form the cadres of the right wing, for example. And that's fine, they can have their views. But I feel like the majority actually would agree would want to live and let live. And it should not be us and them. It should not be that. We need to bridge those divides. We need to be able to speak to each other and to understand and to, you know, work together for our better future.
Right. So thank you, Veena, for the amazing, great conversation. I am hoping that again the ideas that we are discussing leads to a better, stronger future for the entire region of South Asia.
And that means the world,
And
because,
that
you
means
know,
the world.
yeah,
Right.
because we are a fifth of the world's humanity, South Asia.
That's
you know.
right.
And we are nuclear armed, and we cannot afford these kind of hostilities.
Right.
So
Very
thank you,
well said.
Surbhi.
Thank you, Veena.